For Jeremy Flores, the Frenchman and former Pipe Master, the first European to break through for a victory here in the Pipe Masters, up against Gabriel Medina, who's cracked the final twice here in the past. Yet to break through for a victory. He's going to need it this season if he wants his second world title. But during the break, Jeremy Flores got things started against Gabriel Medina, who's out there now fighting to keep his world title dreams alive. And a quick start here for Flores, Pete.
Just a 4.5, but you know what? That's a score on the board. We know that it can go quiet out here. We had heats that literally there wasn't a barrel to be on offer from the entire one. We saw it at a very early age, 15, 16 years old when he won the King of the Groms, but also his first win really on the championship tour.
Here goes Flores again. Dropped the 4.5 in his first wave. Just fighting his way right to the end of that wave before it shut down. Medina was a little out of position. He started looking at these waves. Jeremy, as a result, without priority, didn't go. And he felt there should have been a priority switch.
And he was vocal about it, but also in his body language that he carried within the lineup. And again, that's just fuel for Jeremy. I think that he is very passionate. And at times, he lets that performance, you know, lift when there's that kind of aggravation a little bit.
John has been impressive all season, carrying a great form, but he's just missed those finals heats at a couple of different spots, and that's opened the door for Medina, who's had a better conversion rate when he gets to the end of the draw of a championship tour event. Here goes Gabriel now. So good on the backhand out here at backdoor.
Very reliable, and even those ones that you have to work through, he keeps his speed. Again, I think a lot of that has to do with his equipment, and of course the technique, where he puts a lot of his weight forward on the board, so he's able to plow through. Didn't even slow him down. It's like a linebacker moving through the defensive line. I mean, it's crazy stuff. You watch here again. Plowing through, not an easy barrel, stays fairly open. Very similar to John in the way that he was able to navigate, but on the backhand, a little bit tougher just because you don't have that ability to pump through sections.
Back to live action here, and Medina having a shot at another ride. Didn't quite get through that one. Jeremy Flores left out the back, scratching into one now. Locked in nicely, still gunning, trying to punch through the bottom of this one. He gets swamped.
Not able to push through, and again, these little wind fluff is making these barrels a little bit harder to navigate. Did everything he could here. I mean, tight up into the ball, again, pumping it through, keeping that speed up, generating speed, trying to hold it through that last section. Fills up with some water.
And he's chasing not requalification, but a second Pipe Masters title, and he's taking off on a good sized wave here. Draws off the bottom. A casual approach. A difficult wave to exit, but he's done very well.
Such a great read.
And right behind him, Medina, a late drop, falls out of the sky. And this wave not really cooperating. It's going to stretch out away from him. But Jeremy Flores is about to drop the highest single score of this heat so far.
In this instance, he drops in and steers his way through the section. Take again a look. Not the typical one where you have to pump up into it. Sets it up. Weaves again through the barrel, that full section. He literally backdoors it by this bottom turn. Look at the projection he gets here. Right up underneath it. Just steers. You see the shift of his weight up onto the front of the board. Again, that's going to give him extra stability. You're over the top of the wide point of the board. Great technique there from Jeremy Flores. This is what I was talking about, all of that designing of getting in the spot to set up the barrel.
Positioning is everything, and he can't afford to make any errors. Medina tucks in, this wave filling up. He's going to get trapped inside. Can't pull the Houdini. And he's got to head back out there now without priority and try and wrangle a decent score, a 7.07. Still required.
Because he can get very creative, even on his backhand too. He's got some huge aerial antics if he wanted to, but again, looking for the barrel. He drives into it, see everything planted up there front of the board again. But that one, even he couldn't get through.
Eventually got to a point where he was committed to it either way, and I think he just went, you know what, well, I've committed now. I've used my priority. I may as well try and juice a score out of this thing. And here he is up again without priority. And you can see what he's thinking. He's lining up a big ramp. Can't find something to launch off.
The anticipation was killing me.
I love it.
Oh, man, because he has that ability. I mean, we've seen it. The backflip. Like, what are you going to do when you see a 5-foot double grab backflip and lands? I mean, what are you going to do with the number there?
It's kind of been a gamble throughout the day.
Ooh.
Jeremy Flores swooping on this one. Seems to know what wave he wants. And again, finds some cover, trying to get rid of a 4.5. And Jeremy, I know there's definitely some European surf fans, some French surf fans here cheering him on, but the loudest cheers are coming from the yard of John Florence's camp. They're really egging him on.
Well, of course, this is it, right? I mean, Jeremy Flores wins this heat. We've decided our world title. Pulling the trigger on this one. Had that little gutter section down the line in the barrel for a while. I don't think he was totally disappeared, so I don't know if it's going to really change the 4.5 too much. Take a look from here and see if he completely disappears. Yes, he does for that quick second. But again, smaller wave, and it looks like he is going to improve.
So Medina now, we have a look at him out the back, eyeing off this one. It's going to shut down, but the score's in for Jeremy Flores. And he's going to make life a little more difficult for Gabriel. A 5.43. Medina can still turn it. A 7.99 to snatch this one from Flores. He's going to get an opportunity. Under the lip, drops into it. But he is not going to make this wave. Will he get another shot?
Well, if I were Jeremy, I would track him down, track that blue jersey down with priority and sit on him.
And this one's going to come to a close with Medina left chasing a score. The world title will be decided. Jeremy Flores causes a big upset here in quarterfinal number 3. And John Florence, as a result, is a back-to-back world champion, getting the job done here at home. And the crowd is erupting.
As they should. I mean, the entire beach here. He's done it finally in his own backyard.